Well, hello there, guys. So we have our 91 Cadillac project kind of wrapping up. Still dealing with some body work in the paint booth yet, but for the most part, it's pretty much done. I have a mechanical thing or two to fix on it as well. But one of the major components of working on this project for a guy was to repair the armrests. Uh, as you can see, it's a little worn out, little broken. It's all molded foam and vinyl. We'll see if we can come up with something. Let's take a little bit closer look. So as you might could tell, we have, like I said, it's all molded. We have kind of a detailed line in here and fake thread, a fake seam molded into it. None of which I'm gonna even attempt to replicate. And this whole unit, it's plastic at the core of it, and it is screwed on the back of our door panel. And one thing that Cadillac should have done, and I don't know why they didn't, they must have thought this was enough, but right where it's thinnest, here and here, there's no support. I mean, yeah, there's a metal sandwiched in here going to the actual door, but as far as support for the armrest, there's nothing there. So we're going to have to try to come up with a wooden block or a plastic block in that corner and somehow getting a tab onto this board. Just reinforce it a little bit. So I'm going to pop these screws out. See if this comes loose. Should probably go without saying that I have never recovered a 91 Cadillac armrest before. Okay. I think we'll just leave that clipped in there. We've got a bracket there. Probably should take a picture of that. That's not going to come through, so. And we got all kinds of things falling apart. That just does not want to let go. And I don't want to break it any more than I already have. How about you? Yeah, you let go. Okay. So now maybe we can appreciate a little closer the ineptitude of this thing, That right there is all that was supporting that corner of the armrest. So anyway, we are going to peel this old vinyl off. Got some sew foam here. We'll see what we think of this padding. Actually, I may use it because of a certain aspect of this plastic armrest. I went around and I trimmed off the edge that was folded over and stapled just to get it out of the way. I believe I'm going to leave all of this in place just to prevent shredding the foam that's underneath it, because it's going to happen. It already is when I try to peel it back. It's just coming off in chunks. So that can stay, not going to hurt anything, and I'm going to have to probably glue this back in place there, trim that up. So I did that. The next thing I'm going to do is repair our broken piece. Now I put these screws back in to help hold that in place. I need to epoxy everywhere it's broken, which everywhere, these two places where there's staples, it's cracked. It's cracked here, cracked there. That one's solid. And on the ends, obviously. I think, so I will do that. I think I need to probably heat this area up with a heat gun, mellow that plastic out a little bit, and also bend this metal back into shape. Everything just is kind of stubborn and doesn't want to go where it needs to go. Here's what I'm coming up with. Got this 1/2-inch strap that I bought at a lumber yard. You know, that normally that's pretty overpriced. I think this was $3 for 3 feet. Still seems a little steep maybe for what it is, but you know, normally anything you want to buy out of those selections of steel is like $16, $20, so feeling pretty good about 3. But I've got it bent to an angle, kind of a bit of a curve there and everything to get it to where I want it to go. But I'm basically going to fasten it through. I'll probably drill through our material, our foam and our old vinyl on the outside and get to the solid plastic, and then drill holes through everything and probably pop rivet a couple of times there, and then at each mark do a pop rivet, maybe even a couple more. Epoxy everything, all the cracks over here. Probably even build up this corner with epoxy on the metal. Just do everything I can, and I know we're going to be stronger. That's tying it in, so we have these hook points right here going directly to the door, the sheet metal of the inner door. And so that upper corner hook point will now be tied securely to this corner, and we won't just have this flimsy, pathetic plastic as being the only means of support here. And I also need to remove, they have little ribs, plastic ribs here that are gonna get in our way, so I'll grind those off first thing and then start drilling holes, and then rivet, then glue. Okay, I've got my high-tech epoxy apparatus going on here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to epoxy. That may not be nearly enough epoxy considering what I wanted to do with it, so we'll mix some more. But I'm going to put our brace on first. So I'm going to get down here going. Because I won't have room to get my pop rivet gun in there, because I decided to do that from the inside, the rivets, on that portion of it. So I am going to locate that there. See if I can kind of get this up so you can see it. Get epoxy all over myself. Just lose every. Okay. All right. Where are we going here? There we are. Let's just do it like that. You gotta let me reset. What's going on here? Well, rivet gun, what's going on here? Oh, this is just dandy. What in the world? Can't have anything to do with Walmart rivets, right? Wonderful. Okay. Making a mess. Doing great. Turns out a lid isn't the best option. But onward and upward. I don't have nearly enough. Probably would if it wasn't for everything that leaked out onto the table, huh? Yeah. At home I have a lot of little mini cups, popsicle sticks, all kinds of supplies, you know? But do I bring it to the place I'm working at every day? No. Why would a guy do that? What is with you, rivet gun? You make me sad. So we have yet another new to me, obviously it's not new at all, new to me industrial sewing machine. When I did the complete interior on that 48 style line, I was using a Juki. I said at the time I got it from some family members that had a custom draperies company, and that thing was worn out, but I got it done. It was frustrating, but I got it done. It was not a walking foot machine. Anyway, looking to the future, I knew I would need something else. I came across a Consew 99. I don't know if I've ever showed it in any videos. I don't think I have. You may have seen it in the background at at my home shop. The table, I think, looks pretty much like this. Anyway, it's a Consew. That model is very well known for its zigzag feature. You can get a big old offset in that thing. Very, very good for sewing up canvas tarps and sails and things of nautical nature. Kind of a desirable sewing machine for that. I bought it from a Mexican lady when I got there. It was in a residential street in Hays, Kansas. She was in an enclosed trailer with just the sewing machine, trying to make it work. Should have been my first clue that maybe I shouldn't be buying contraband Mexican sewing machines that have obviously been run up from south of the border over the night, and they are trying to unload them on very gullible white boys, you know. But surprise, surprise, she got it to sew a little bit, so I took it, and she actually gave me money off. I'm joking. That's all a joke, okay? She actually gave me like $100 or something. I gave her my Juki that she could fix up, and I took the Consew 99. Not an even trade. I paid her money for it, but this entire time I would sit down every now and then when I knew I would be needing it, like leading up to this project. I absolutely could not get the hook and needle timing right. I tried for quite a few hours and just finally gave up in disgust. I obviously don't know what I'm doing well enough. Should be straightforward. Absolutely the only manuals I can find are Xeroxed copies. They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, you can't tell what's happening on the pictures. Anyway, that was never a walking foot machine, which I always wanted. Anyway, I came across this thing on a classified ad down in Oklahoma. So my wife and I ran down, picked this thing up, walking foot Nakajima TDU N62. I don't know. I have absolutely no experience. I have threaded it. I've ran about 2 inches of stitching. It seemed to be working. So we're just going to jump right in and see if I can get this thing together. Well, I've got one cover done. I'm throwing down a French stitch on that, a French seam. Turning out okay. The machine's working perfectly fine, I believe. I just need to get used to it, really. Forgot I need to get my staple gun over here, otherwise I'd be attaching that to that. So in the meantime, I've got the other pieces, cut out the next one. I'm in a sewing mode, so I'll just finish all the sewing first, get this together, and then if I still have time in the day, which I should, I will go get the staple gun and see if we can get those put on and then reinstalled, and then I'll cut out the holes, and that should be it. I've got to figure out how to hold the lights in. Everything is so brittle, as you can imagine, that just all the clips want to snap right off. Somehow this one escaped intact, so we'll have to figure that out. I have the uneasy feeling that the last time I used this stapler, problems with it. A little adapter-rooney there from one style to the other, leaking pretty bad, but anyway. If you don't mind, I don't. Pretty sure you do, is the only trouble with it. By the way, everything I said about buying that console was absolutely true. The only part I was really joking about was the fact that anything illegal was going on. It was an older Hispanic lady that spoke no English. And she was sitting in a hot trailer on the side of the road in a residential area, ready to show me how good her sewing machine worked. She reeled in another live one. I was what they called an all-day sucker, right? Well, this thing seems to be working just fine, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Our repair seems to be working really well. Sorry if I'm getting out of frame there. Well, my camera played a dirty trick on me again, but anyway, got her on. I didn't have audio. I'm pretty sure we're going to throw this back on the door panel, and then we get to do all of this over again. Honestly, very good match. I am surprised. Turned out really nice as far as that goes. I mean, so what if they started driving off while I was back there and I had to jump for my life? You know, we just pushed the machine out and jumped out after it. I think they forgot I was in there. In the words of my grandpa, I'm getting windy now. Looking good. Oh, I've got to put braces back in too. I don't want to forget about those. My apologies for being so silly. There's no way I can get to the backside of this thing and glue in my the holes I need to make, and so on and so forth, if it's installed. So take it back off, cut these open, glue them around the edges, install the lights, put it back on, so on and so forth. Just want to test fit and see if I need to get rid of the foam or what all I need to do here. So we have added a bit of material, but it may be that that is what helps to hold the broken lights. You know what I mean, Vern? Well, it's the end of the day and it is getting a little warm in here, but that's okay. We have this one done. We got it finished. Tell me what you think. We kept it simple. We kept it easy. sky's the limit on how fancy you want to get on something like this, and for this project we didn't need to get fancy. So I'm having to super glue our little seat adjuster knob back on. Questionable, that kind of thing, if that'll be successful or not. This plastic, it's wonderful stuff, right? Anyway, I've got to get busy on the passenger side. We'll tackle that tomorrow. It's not as broken up and bad as this side was, but I'm still going to reinforce the inside there, and then we will do the exact same thing. So anyway, guys, this is just one idea, one way to tackle this project, I suppose. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and doing this. I know it's not too interesting of a thing, but it certainly looks better and hopefully functions better than it did. So thank you so much, guys. God bless you. We'll see you on the next one. You're just going to stay there and think about your actions for the next, I don't know, 12 hours. I will point this out. There is a difference between the first and the second one that I'm doing here. I decided to try cutting out my foam beforehand up to the point of the little recessed areas for our lights and our switch panel, just to see if I like how it turns out more. You know, this stuff, this 1/4 inch sew-back foam is so thin it squeezes down to nothing. So I don't imagine it'll make a huge difference in looks and performance, but you know, I wanted to try it, and we'll log the results in the old database and remember that if I ever do another similar kind of thing. Anyway, that's just the difference. This one wasn't broken or anything, but I did install our metal brace and rivet that all in, and we should be good to go. We can throw our cover on here, staple her down, and get this one done today as well. I mean, I got the other one done yesterday. This one will be done today. It'll be done as well, but today, not yesterday.